And it was India's biggest moment in the United States as Prime Minister Narendra Modi enthralled audiences at New York's iconic Madison Square Garden, an extravaganza never seen by Indians before. Prime Minister Narendra Modi's much-awaited speech at Madison Square Garden was aimed much at the domestic audience as the nearly 20,000 Indian Americans showed up. Modi made a strong pitch to underlie India's changing place in the restructured world order. Now, the Prime Minister announced a slew of measures for the non-resident Indian community, crediting it with India's stupendous growth story. A lifetime visa for persons of Indian origin was the biggest offer by the Prime Minister. In the same vein, the Prime Minister called on NRIs to join India's path to progress, Modi taking note of the 3 Ds which can prove to be India's biggest assets, listing them as democracy, demographic dividends and demand. Modi also announced a housing mission which will enable each Indian to get a house by the year 2022. And it was Modi's big Indian push, and Headlines Today was there giving you minute-by-minute coverage of the Prime Minister's Madison Square Garden speech. India Today Group's editor-in-chief Arun Puri, TV Today's managing editor Rahul Kawal, BJP spokesperson Siddharth Nath Singh and political analyst Sadanand Dhume analysed the Prime Minister's speech at the India Today roundtable. Let's take a look.
We've got these balloons coming on, the first political rock concert India has ever seen. Gotten over. What do you make of it?
Exactly that. It's a rock concert with Modi being the rock star, and it's been beautifully choreographed. I think he connected with the audience amazingly. They kind of almost like an election rally for him, gave them a lot of concessions. I think they'll go home very, very happy.
And just the fact that it's been arranged in the way that it has, what did you make of the event management? The manner in which this has been put together, India has never seen anything like it.
Well, Prime Minister Modi and even candidate Modi is a master at organizing events. So, and I think that same technology, either it's come from here or come from Mr. Modi, this is again taking it to another level.
Do you think this sets now a template which others will have to try and beat? If they hope to beat Modi, do you think this could fundamentally change how political rallies are organized, or at least people will attempt to try and do something similar back home?
Well, I think that you have to be Mr. Modi to do it. So even American politicians have never been able to fill this arena. So it's a big proposition for anybody to even attempt.
And what did you make of the fact that 41 senators and congressmen from the India caucus were here in the audience?
That's the first time I've seen American politicians, 42 congressmen, being used as props, right, for a foreign politician. And also coming to an event and not having a chance to even speak. So, I mean, it was amazing that he could have such a drawing power.
What did you make of the substance of the speech itself? Apart from the theatrics, the atmospherics, the real meat?
I think his speech was basically what he's been talking about, which is development. That he wants India to develop, that India has so many qualities, democracy, demand, demographic dividend. These are all things which are attractive to the world, and he is continuing on the theme of that and of sanitation and cleanliness. So it's very much of what he's all talked about. So it's a thing which I think everybody connects with.
Thank you very much, Mr. Puri, for joining us with your initial thoughts. I want to bring in also Siddharth Nath Singh. A super success from your perspective. You are thrilled, of course.
Well, you can't complain. This is one of the finest shows I have seen, and one of the finest public meetings I have seen anywhere in India or outside India. So I think all congratulations to the people, Indian American origin people here, the way they have organized and the way the Prime Minister has connected himself to them.
It's a super national event organizer, now he's a super international event organizer.
Well, you can give him anything, but at the end I'll say political, he is a rock star. Today he has rocked Madison Stadium, and I think he's connected it well. Their problems, what they are facing on the visa, their problem when they come out of the airport, I think he's addressed. They're simple but very meaningful. He has brought that come to India and invest. You keep one foot here but come to India, and he's quoted Mahatma Gandhi and his life, the way he came as a Pravasi. So I think he has been able to bring the focus back to development, and his mantra is development will solve all the problems.
Sadanand, what did you make, and as someone who's seen events here at MSG previously, what did you make of India's first political rock concert?
I think it's just an amazing event. I think that there were very high expectations, but those expectations were met and surpassed according to me. I thought he connected.
What way were your expectations surpassed?
I thought he connected with the audience really well. This was one of his better speeches, and this is a very good speaker. The last time I saw this kind of intense connection, in fact, was in his SRCC speech, if you remember last year. He seemed completely comfortable in his own skin. He was surrounded by people he knows who have such a high opinion of him, and he just went on speaking at this sort of comfort level. And so I felt that in terms of just the atmosphere sitting over here in Madison Square Garden, it was absolutely electric. You felt something special that you feel sometimes in a political speech. You don't normally feel it in a foreign country in a political speech, and that's what was remarkable.
Also taken the bar of expectations to an unbelievable level now in terms of what others will need to do if they ever hope to beat Modi.
No, I think I think that this brings together all his strengths as a showman, as a politician, as someone who has a natural connection with the audience. And so in some ways this is a landmark speech, I think, in Modi's political career also, where he sort of he keeps setting higher benchmarks for himself in terms of public speaking. And this was really an outstanding speech, I have to say.
This is something which is going to be very, very difficult to deal with, to have so many people out here and people who are completely eating out of his hands, as it were.
Well, they were listening to a rock star. They were listening to a prime minister whom they love, and they love him because he has raised the bar for India and for him to achieve that. And he has also shown his complete focus and intent, how he's going to do it. So he's really laid a roadmap. And I think everybody here, including my journalist friends, all of you, everybody needs to be congratulated for carrying this live too. But no, I really want to say one more thing, Rahul, before you take it away, that your channel and your group, India Today, did a fantastic show, India Today Conclave, which shows where India can go, and through your conclave, you brought the problems on the international arena. So
I'm glad that we could play that role. Mr. Puri, when was the last time you saw an Indian politician connect, not words coming out of his mouth, but meaningful sentences which mean something for the people who are listening?
Never, actually.
Never?
Never. I've never seen such kind of response and such kind of decisions being taken on the spot, which actually affects people's lives on a day-to-day basis. This whole business of visas, the status of PIOs and OCIs, these are real-life issues for these people. And I think that the way he announced them and the fact that his intentions of how he's going to treat them and inviting them back to India, huge connect.
Do you think that will work at all? Saying, come, make in India, be a part of the India story, have one foot in India? Or will they just think of this as a concert and go back home and get back to earning their dollars?
I think the kind of people who are here, they are the kind of people who are the converted, in a sense. So if he delivers on what he's talking about, I think there's quite a possibility that a lot of these people would like to have a one foot in India.